Imagine waking up one morning to find the world in chaos, financial markets crashing, natural disasters striking, and world leaders falling from power. What if someone had predicted all of this centuries ago? Michel de Nostradamus, better known as Nostradamus, has long been regarded as one of history's most mysterious prophets. His cryptic verses have been linked to major world events, from the rise of Napoleon to the attacks of 9/11. But what about 2025? Brace yourself, because his predictions for the coming year are darker than ever, foretelling war, disaster, and a world-changing celestial event that could alter life as we know it. Could these eerie prophecies actually come true? Let's dive into Nostradamus' 7 darkest predictions for 2025. And trust me, the last one will send chills down your spine. Before we begin, if you're new here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And comment below, I am ready for the future, to affirm your strength no matter what lies ahead. Now, let's dive in. Prediction number 7, a great economic collapse. Throughout history, financial markets have risen and fallen, but Nostradamus' predictions hint at something far worse. A collapse that could shake the global economy to its core. In one of his quatrains, he speaks of great trouble for humanity and fortunes lost overnight. Many believe this could indicate an unprecedented financial crisis, one that could surpass even the Great Depression. With inflation, debt, and digital currencies disrupting traditional economies, could 2025 be the year when the world's financial system reaches a breaking point? Experts have already warned that rising interest rates, mounting national debts, and a shift away from physical cash could create a perfect storm, leading to widespread instability. If this prophecy comes true, millions could lose their jobs, businesses could collapse, and financial markets might plummet in ways we have never seen before. The growing reliance on digital currencies and artificial intelligence in trading has raised concerns about economic volatility. In recent years, we have witnessed rapid technological changes in how money is stored, traded, and invested. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum have surged and crashed, proving how unstable digital assets can be. Nostradamus' words, "false gold will cause great confusion," have been interpreted by some as a warning against speculative markets and artificial wealth. Could this mean that a sudden collapse in digital assets triggers panic, causing traditional financial institutions to spiral into a crisis? As governments struggle to regulate decentralized currencies, financial power could shift unexpectedly, leaving entire economies vulnerable to manipulation and cyber attacks. One of the most chilling possibilities linked to Nostradamus' prophecy is the failure of major global superpowers. In today's interconnected world, financial struggles in one country can send shockwaves across the globe. The United States, China, and the European Union are all dealing with rising national debts, trade conflicts, and economic instability. If one of these economic giants collapses, it could lead to a domino effect, pulling other nations into recession or even depression. The prophecy's reference to poverty spreading like fire suggests that financial hardships may no longer be limited to a few nations, but instead sweep across the entire planet. As industries shut down, unemployment rises, and essential goods become unaffordable. Ordinary people might face hardships unlike anything experienced in modern times. But is there a way to prevent such a crisis? Some experts argue that careful financial planning, sustainable investments, and decentralized economic systems could soften the impact of an economic downturn. However, Nostradamus' prophecies often suggest that fate is unavoidable. If 2025 truly brings an economic catastrophe, those who are prepared may have a better chance of surviving the financial storm. The real question is, are we already seeing the warning signs, and is there anything we can do before it's too late? Prediction number 6. Unprecedented climate disasters. Nostradamus often wrote about fire, floods, and quakes that would devastate different parts of the world. One of his chilling quatrains speaks of the land drying up under great heat and cities consumed by flames. Many believe this is a warning about catastrophic climate events that could strike in 2025. Scientists have already predicted that global temperatures will continue to rise, leading to more intense wildfires, hurricanes, and droughts. In recent years, we have seen record-breaking heat waves and powerful storms causing billions of dollars in damage. But could 2025 be the year when climate disasters become completely uncontrollable? If Nostradamus was right, we might be facing a planet in turmoil where nature itself becomes our greatest threat. One of the biggest concerns is rising sea levels and devastating floods. Nostradamus wrote of great waters rising and consuming cities. With polar ice caps melting at an alarming rate, coastal regions around the world are at risk of severe flooding. Countries like the United States, the Netherlands, and Bangladesh could see entire communities displaced by rising tides. Scientists have already warned that 2025 could bring stronger and more frequent hurricanes due to warmer ocean temperatures. If a massive storm were to hit major cities like New York, Tokyo, or London, the economic and human cost could be staggering. Will Nostradamus's prophecy come true, leaving millions struggling to survive as their homes are swallowed by the sea? The Earth itself seems to be growing more unstable, with increasing earthquake and volcanic activity. Nostradamus made multiple references to the ground shaking violently and fire erupting from the mountains. Some believe this could point to a series of devastating earthquakes or even a massive volcanic eruption in 2025. The Pacific Ring of Fire, home to some of the world's most active fault lines, has been experiencing more frequent tremors. If a major earthquake were to strike, it could trigger tsunamis, landslides, and widespread destruction. Even more alarming is the possibility of a supervolcano eruption, such as the one beneath Yellowstone in the US or Campi Flegrei in Italy. If one of these giants awakens, the impact could be global, blocking out the sun, cooling the planet, and leading to massive food shortages. So, is there any way to prepare for these disasters? Some experts argue that better infrastructure, climate policies, and disaster preparedness can help reduce the damage. But Nostradamus's words suggest that nature's fury may be beyond human control. If 2025 brings the extreme disasters he foresaw, will humanity finally take climate change seriously? Or will it be too late to prevent a global catastrophe? The warnings are here, but will we listen? Prediction number 5. A major global conflict. Nostradamus's writings are filled with cryptic warnings about war, destruction, and political upheaval. One of his most alarming quatrains states, "The great war will begin in the west, and the fire shall rain upon cities." Many interpreters believe this could signal a large-scale global conflict, possibly even World War III. With rising tensions between powerful nations, conflicts in Eastern Europe, and increasing instability in the Middle East, the world is already on edge. Could 2025 be the year when small-scale conflicts escalate into an all-out war? Nostradamus's prediction suggests that this will not be an ordinary war. It will be one fought with fire, destruction, and weapons of mass devastation. If this prophecy holds true, we may be facing one of the darkest times in human history. In recent years, geopolitical tensions have reached dangerous levels. The United States and China are locked in an economic and technological rivalry, while Russia's military actions have put Europe on high alert. The prophecy's reference to the Great War beginning in the West has led many to believe that NATO and its allies could be drawn into a large-scale confrontation. Some fear that conflicts in Ukraine, Taiwan, or the Middle East could serve as the spark that ignites a global war. With world leaders engaging in military build-ups, nuclear threats, and cyber warfare, the possibility of a devastating global conflict is more real than ever. Nostradamus's words, "cities will burn," have been interpreted as a warning about aerial bombardments or even nuclear strikes. Could we be on the brink of a war unlike anything the world has seen before? One of the most chilling aspects of Nostradamus's prediction is the mention of advanced and terrifying weapons. He speaks of metal birds filling the skies and a new form of fire that consumes all. Some believe this refers to modern drone warfare, hypersonic missiles, or even nuclear weapons. In today's world, military technology is advancing at an alarming rate, with nations developing powerful artificial intelligence-driven weapons and biological warfare tactics. If Nostradamus's vision is accurate, 2025 could see the use of unprecedented weapons capable of mass destruction. This raises the terrifying possibility of a war that not only affects the battlefield, but also cripples economies, destroys infrastructure, and alters the balance of global power. If major superpowers were to engage in direct combat, the consequences could be catastrophic, with millions of lives at stake. But could this war be prevented? Some argue that diplomacy, peace agreements, and economic cooperation might help ease tensions before it's too late. However, Nostradamus's prophecy suggests that this conflict may be inevitable. He describes a period of false peace before the war erupts, hinting that even if leaders try to calm the situation, war may still break out unexpectedly. If 2025 is the year that brings this dark prediction to life, humanity will be forced to confront its greatest fears and its greatest mistakes. The question remains, are we already on the path to war? And is there anything left to stop it? Prediction number 4. The fall of a great leader. Nostradamus has made several predictions about the fall of influential figures, and 2025 may mark the downfall of a major world leader. In one of his most ominous quatrains he writes, "The great one shall fall, struck down by fate, and chaos shall follow." Many interpreters believe this could signal the sudden death, removal, or resignation of a powerful political leader, which could lead to instability and conflict. With rising tensions between global superpowers and growing dissatisfaction among citizens, could 2025 be the year when a shocking political shift reshapes the world? Throughout history, the fall of a powerful leader has often led to political chaos, economic instability, and even revolutions. Nostradamus's warning suggests that this event will not be an ordinary political transition, but rather a dramatic and possibly violent removal. Some speculate this could refer to the leader of a major superpower, such as the President of the United States, the leader of Russia, or a key figure in Europe or China. The prophecy's use of "struck down" has led some to believe that this leader's downfall may not be peaceful. It could come in the form of an assassination, a sudden coup, or even an internal betrayal. If a major leader falls unexpectedly, it could send shockwaves through governments, financial markets, and even military alliances. But could this prophecy be avoided? Some argue that leaders who listen to the will of the people and work toward unity might prevent political collapse. However, if Nostradamus' vision proves true, this downfall may already be in motion, and there may be nothing that can stop it. If 2025 is the year of this shocking political shift, the world must prepare for the unexpected. The real question is, who will rise to power when the great leader falls, and what kind of world will they create? Prediction number 3, a global economic collapse. Nostradamus' prophecies often speak of financial turmoil, and one of his most chilling quatrains states, "The rich shall become poor, the great ones shall fall, and the common man will suffer." Many believe this is a warning of a catastrophic global economic collapse that could shake the foundations of the world in 2025. In recent years, economies have struggled with inflation, mounting debt, and financial instability. Could the coming year bring the long-feared financial crash that wipes out savings, bankrupts nations, and plunges the world into a new Great Depression? If Nostradamus' words prove true, this could be the moment when economies spiral out of control, leaving millions struggling to survive. One of the biggest warning signs is the unstable global banking system. Financial experts have long feared that rising government debts, reckless stock market speculation, and massive corporate loans could trigger an economic crisis worse than 2008. In the past few years, inflation has skyrocketed, interest rates have risen, and financial markets have become more volatile. Nostradamus' reference to "the great ones shall fall" could suggest that major financial institutions or powerful economies might collapse under their own weight. If a major bank or stock market were to crash in 2025, it could trigger a domino effect, leading to job losses, housing market crashes, and food shortages. Could Nostradamus have foreseen the downfall of the world's biggest economies? The final and most terrifying aspect of this prophecy is the idea that money itself could lose its value. Nostradamus speaks of a time when gold and silver will be worthless and men will trade food as fortune. This has led some to believe that 2025 could bring the collapse of traditional currencies, hyperinflation, or even the rise of a new global financial system. Could the dominance of the US dollar or other major currencies come to an end? Will digital currencies or alternative forms of trade take over? If Nostradamus is correct, the economic collapse of 2025 may not just be another financial crisis, it could be the end of the system as we know it. The real question is, will we be prepared for the financial disaster that may be just around the corner? Prediction number 2, unprecedented natural disasters. Nostradamus' prophecies have often spoken of earthquakes, floods, and fire from the sky, and many believe that 2025 could bring one of the most devastating years of natural disasters in human history. His writings mention, "The earth shall shake, cities shall fall, and great waters shall rise," which could point to a series of catastrophic events, earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, or even volcanic eruptions. In recent years, the world has already witnessed an increase in extreme weather events, and scientists have warned of worsening climate change. Could 2025 be the year when nature unleashes its full fury in ways we've never seen before? One of the most feared disasters Nostradamus may have predicted is a mega earthquake. Some scholars point to the infamous Ring of Fire, a seismic hotspot around the Pacific Ocean, as the potential source of a massive quake that could devastate cities in the US, Japan, or South America. With the San Andreas Fault, the Cascadia subduction zone, and other dangerous fault lines under increasing pressure, seismologists have long warned that a major earthquake is overdue. If Nostradamus' vision of the great cities shall crumble comes true, 2025 could see one of the deadliest earthquakes in history, destroying infrastructure and leaving millions homeless. The aftermath would be catastrophic, with aftershocks, tsunamis, and widespread destruction pushing governments to their limits. The final and most mysterious part of this prophecy speaks of fire from the sky scorching the earth. While some interpret this as a reference to wildfires, volcanic eruptions, or heat waves, others believe it could mean a meteor impact or solar storm. In recent years, wildfires have ravaged countries like the US, Australia, and Canada, fueled by record-breaking temperatures. At the same time, experts have warned that the sun's solar activity is increasing, with the potential for massive solar storms that could wipe out power grids, shut down satellites, and plunge the world into darkness. Could 2025 be the year when an unforeseen cosmic event disrupts life as we know it? If Nostradamus' warnings are accurate, we may be facing a year of disasters unlike any we've ever seen before. The real question is, are we prepared for the chaos that nature may unleash? Prediction number 1, the beginning of a new war. One of Nostradamus' most terrifying predictions for 2025 is the possibility of a new global war. His writings mention fire and blood across the lands, the Great War shall begin, leading many to believe that rising tensions between nations could finally erupt into full-scale conflict. With geopolitical tensions escalating in regions like Eastern Europe, the South China Sea, and the Middle East, could 2025 be the year that sparks World War III? Beyond traditional warfare, Nostradamus' writings also mention battles unseen, wars fought without swords. Some believe this could refer to cyber warfare, biological attacks, or even AI-driven conflicts. As technology advances, future wars may not be fought on battlefields, but through hacking, misinformation, and digital sabotage that could cripple entire nations without a single bullet being fired. Could 2025 mark the beginning of a new kind of war, one that changes the world forever? Nostradamus' predictions for 2025 paint a terrifying picture of the future, but whether they come true or not, only time will tell. What we do know is that staying informed, prepared, and united as humanity may be our best defense against the unknown. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest insights. And comment below, I am ready for the future, to affirm your strength and resilience.